very good evening and welcome to the West Ham Weekly on the West Ham Voice on a Monday night. Thank you all for joining me. Did you have a relaxing weekend, given that West Ham United weren't playing? I bet you didn't, because we know we're in the bottom three again. And I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to talk about the fixtures coming up in April. It's going to be a massive month for West Ham. It could be a make or break month. By the time we get to May, the last month of the season, it might be all over. Who knows? But we'll go over that in a little while. Of course, I'm going to talk a little bit about the game against Larnaca and then the draw that we've got in the Europa Conference League in the last 8 and the last 4. It's been kind to us, hasn't it? Of course, all the weekly updates as well, and everything else that comes with it. But first of all, of course, we've got to mention, how tragic. For the second time in recent months, the Gold family are... have had a death in family. Jacqueline Gold, CBE, the eldest daughter of David Gold, died suddenly just 2 months after David Gold had passed away. She was the founder of Ann Summers, and in 2016 was awarded the CBE for her services to entrepreneurship. Of course, there will now be yet more speculation about the future of West Ham ownership, what's going to happen to the shares and all that sort of stuff. I don't think it's appropriate to sort of think about or discuss it for the immediate future. I think let the, give the family time to mourn. Dan Cunningham, the husband of Jacqueline, is already on the board of West Ham United, and it's rumoured that Jacqueline's younger sister will also be joining the board. But let's leave the speculation to one side for a while, yeah? Our condolences to them. Now, I know that the under-21s have been playing, but I don't know what the score is because I've been trying to put the show together. So I know they were 1-0 up after about 20-odd minutes. So if anyone's got an update, please do let me know. So welcome to everyone, to all the regular viewers, all to the moderators, etc. If you're new to the channel, please do hit the like button and the subscribe button and the bell notification to let you know when I'm next on. So let's go into the chat and see who's here. Let's go straight to the top. Good evening to you, Foxes. I hope you're well. We're going to win the cup and finish mid-table. I hope I have the same confidence as you after April. Good evening to you, Stephen. How are you, mate? I hope you're well. Good evening, Howard. How are you? Debbie and Mark, how are you? What a game in the FA Cup yesterday. Helps us out in the game against Fulham with Mitrovic, Willian and Marco Silva. What an odd situation to have been in. I didn't watch the game, but I sort of I tried to catch snippets. Mitrovic, did he push the ref? He certainly handled him. Willian, unlucky. And then I actually didn't see why Marco Silva was red carded. But will it help us? Well, it may or it may not. Who knows? As you know, we've got one of those in April. Fulham is one of the games that we play away from home. Steve, the Saints game has become a must win, in my opinion. If we win, we'll stay up. Lose and believe we will go down. I would be inclined to agree. The Saints are going to come at us, aren't they? Without a shadow of a doubt. They're not going to they're going to really try and exploit us, especially at home. And if they try and get one up on us at home, it could become toxic again. Steve, again, if Moyes goes defensive against the Saints with 5 at the back, I was bastard. Well, look, if he goes with a proper attacking wing-back system, I don't mind. But there's no reason for him to go 5 at the back against them. Epic, good evening to you. I hope you're well. Good evening to you too, Tony Hammer. Under 21's 4-0 up. Fantastic. Thank you for updating me. Galispera to you, Keith. I hope you're well. Thanks for joining, mate. Good evening, Vinay. How are you? The most vital thing is to ditch Moyes' defensive tactics. They play players to have to stand up to him. Benny is a good example. Yeah, well, you know what? I think I mentioned it last week or the week before after the 4-0 drubbing against Brighton. What happened with the team talk that Declan was meant to have had with the players? What went on there? You know, because there was an awful lot of speculation that at the time that they kind of rebelled, the players, against Moyes' tactics. But then what happened? Reverted back to type. They won 5-0. Absolutely fantastic. Well done to them. Steve, again, I believe Moyes is obsessed with the conference. He would take that over the Premier League survival. For me, no way. Well, I'll ask that question later on in the evening and see what you all think. Debbie and Mark. I don't know what Moyes was waffling about with Scamacca. Looked great on the ball. Yes, all right. Missed some chances, but to score a goal and contribute like that, also well done to Divine and Barmer for the goal. Good evening to you, Stuart. I absolutely agree, by the way, Debbie and Mark. And I've got a little piece about in my script about Scamacca as well when I get to him. Good evening to you, Graham. Not the best results at the weekend, but enough went our way to keep us with a chance to escape. And I've got a thing about this, and forgive me if I contradict myself, but I don't. I kind of said I don't really care much for other results, even if it goes against us. If we're that bad that we're relying on other results to keep us out of the relegation zone or to save us from relegation, then we deserve to get relegated. Because I just, we look at other teams and we can't just sit there and hope all weekend and fret. With this team, are they going to lose? Oh, Chelsea should have won, or so and so should have won, or Liverpool should have won against Bournemouth or whatever. It's up to us. It's in our hands. Ironically, even though we're third from bottom, we're in the bottom three now. Ironically, points wise, we're kind of no worse off than when we were beforehand, because 3 points, a win. We're now going to have 2 games over most teams in hand over most teams, and if we win our next game, depending on the results around us, that could elevate us up to something like 12th, 13th, 14th place. It's really tight. Good evening to you, Martin. I hope you're well. But yeah, I get you, Graham. But we can't rely on other teams. It's down to us. Martin, good evening to you. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining, mate. Good evening to you, Andy. I hope everyone is well. The race for the bottom 3 is going to go down to the wire. That I agree with. We need to pick up points fast. Anyone from 9 could go down. From the last 9 could go down. Absolutely. It's tight. Good evening, Flamer. How are you, mate? I think Moyes will be our nightmare, not only this season, but in the Championship as well. This situation is draining the life out of the fans for the club. I feel this way. I'm with you. You know what I've been like. I've been trying to be positive for quite a while now, but unfortunately, even it's drained it out of me as well. It's going to be really, I'm going to talk about the Larnaca game, and I know the game was already won, but the tactics that Moyes used there and the substitutions he made, etc. Why doesn't he do that in the Premier League? Stuart, hi to you, mate. No need to hit the panic button just yet. Let's get the international break out of the way. Hindrance or relief for international break? Let me know. What do you think? Is the international break a good thing or is it a bad thing at the moment? Good evening, Daniela. I hope you're well. How late will still be not to let's have some scores on the board? I wasn't that late. Good evening, Bill. How are you, mate? I hope you're well. It will be interesting to see how Scamacca is deployed playing for Italy and how he's supported. Even more importantly, I think it's, I just asked the question, international break, good or bad? I think in some ways it's good. So long as we have players come back, they're not going to get, no injuries, etc. I think you're absolutely right. And that was the point I was going to pick up. How are players going to be played, especially someone like Scamacca? I hear Emerson has now gone to the Italian, to Italy as well, joining up with an injury to a left back. So good for him as well. Howard, we'll finish 15th and win the Conference League. I take that right now. I would absolutely take that. Good evening to you, Clive. How are you, mates? I hope you're well. Good evening to you, Dodsey. How are you? All good, mate. A weekend without football. I've forgotten what it was like to go out with the other half and have a relaxing Saturday. And we did a few things. We sat down, we had lunch, we went somewhere else, had a coffee, had a cake and all that. Not that it's good for the old waistline, but there you go. And it was like, oh, this is quite civilized. It felt quite nice. Dodsey, I bet you didn't get away from the golf course all weekend. I bet you didn't. Good evening to you, James. How are you? We'll be listening from the Lurkers Lounge. What's the Lurkers Lounge? Thanks for joining, mate. Good evening to you, Neil. How are you, mate? 7:30 on a Tuesday morning. I hope you're well, mate. Dodsey, still, you booked Ghent, Amsterdam and Prague. Well, here's the thing, Dodsey. Here's the big mess up that Stell did. Ghent, yeah, I've decided I'm going to go. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get a ticket for it, but we'll see. We'll see. Amsterdam or wherever we're going to be in the semi-final, silly Stell decided finally, because we were trying to work out when we're going to go to Cyprus because we're going out there for a wedding. I ended up booking it for the 17th, didn't I? 17th of May. Yep, the day before the second leg of the semi-final, Dodsey. There you go. There you go. I mean, I did actually say to the other half that maybe I should look at changing the flights. That didn't go down too well, did it? Good evening, English Yardie. How are you? Darren, how are you, mate? I hope you're well. Thanks for joining, mate. I hope all's good with you. Good evening to you, Mark. How are you? Bill? Certainly not appropriate to discuss shares when the family have more pressing things to worry about. You know, I've seen already some articles about shares and ownership, etc. It's a little bit thoughtless, to be quite honest with you. Let the land lie. You know, we've already heard anyway that the Gold family were not looking to sell for the next 2 years anyway, for various reasons, you know, and so on and so forth. I'm not so sure it's going to change much anyway. You know, I get it. It's a bad time to be talking about shares and about ownership. John, good evening to you. I think William will only serve a one-match ban. That's quite possible because it was a straight red, so you might be right, and it was no violent conduct or anything like that. Jonathan, good evening to you. I hope you're well. Robert, good evening to you. I hope you're well. 5-0. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Good evening to you. West Ham faithful. Willian and Silva, one-match bans apparently, so they'll be back for the game then. Saints have 2 centre-backs out. For how long, though? Good evening, Aidan. How are you? I hope you're well. Garino, how are you? How are you, Julie? I hope you're well. Good to see you last Thursday. I'll see you soon. Good evening, Aaron. How are you? Good evening to you, Jackie. How are you? I hope you're well. Roy, hello, mate. How are you? Howard, small issues have added to Moyes' woes. No Irvin, no Pierce. Dex made captain, let him win cup and get a new team at the helm next year. You see, a lot of people are saying the same things. And Pierce, I don't buy into that one. He was here when the malaise started. You know, he left at the end of the season. He didn't leave halfway through. Irvin, I would maybe inclined to agree. And I do, and I have questioned myself about Declan Rice being made captain. Has that had a bad impact on the team? I don't know. It's difficult to say. Good evening to you, Steve. How are you? Peter, how are you, mate? Fed up with internationals? They mean nothing to me over Vienna. What are they? They're qualifiers, aren't they, for the Euro Championships for next season? I think next year. I think they are. I don't know. I've really have paid no attention. I've got a list of players that are gonna be out on international duty, and I'll tell you what, we've got a hell of a lot of them. Jonathan, international break is only a good thing because we can stop dealing with Moyes nonsense. There you go. There's a bit of a respite from there. Vinay, Sullivan's suggestion that he will keep Moyes after relegation is like threatening to use nukes against the fans. He is playing a dangerous game. He is, but unfortunately, he's the one that will make the final decision. I honestly don't think, to be quite honest with you, if we go down, I genuinely don't think Moyes will stay, to be quite honest with you. I cannot see it. I cannot see him staying. I think we'll go in for a new manager. But let's not get there, shall we? Sharky, good evening to you, mate. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining. Ian, how are you, mate? I hope you're well. Good evening to you, Paul. How are you? Robert, Clayton, Orford and Wood scored 2 own goals. 2 own goals? Oh, sorry. Clayton, Orford and Wood scored and 2 own goals. Their keeper was an outfielder as they had no keeper. Clayton missed a pen. How did he do that? Sack him. Dodsey, did you see Longello's comment? Yes, I did in The Athletic. Interesting read. I did. I caught it kind of tail end today. I read it really quickly. But it was an interesting thing, what he was saying. What else did I need to do, etc., etc. It kind of sort of adds fuel to the fire, doesn't it? About Moyes not using young players. And yet we had 3 young players come onto the pitch on Thursday. I know people are going to say, well, the game was won by then, etc., etc. But I don't know. It's one of these things, isn't it? I like Longello. I actually thought we would keep him. I thought he'd be a really, really good player as a left back. He started really, really well at Birmingham. Because we've now sold him on a permanent basis, I've stopped following what he's getting up to. So I know up until the January transfer window, he was he stopped playing regularly. He was playing, and then he was out of the team. So I don't know if he's back in and playing regularly. And I thought he was all right. But anyway. Flemmer, still, find us a ticket for the away game. Book hotel and travel, but not the ticket. The Amsterdam game will be fun for all the fans. The score, I mean. The Amsterdam, I'm not so sure about the. If we get there, I think AZ Alkmaar is a dark horse, you know. And I'm also worried about Lech Poznan as well. I think they're dark horses. But anyway, get you a ticket for the game. I wish I can get myself a ticket for the game, mate. Jim, made it tonight while you're still live. Nice one. Thank you, Jim. Much appreciated for you coming on. Peter, Wolves under 21 keeper sent. Oh, okay. That I didn't realise. No keeper on the bench. Well, there you go. You see what David Moyes does? He has 2 keepers on the bench and 1 outfield. You just never know, do you? English Yardy. So have you looked at the table teams 10 through to 20? Every team has made a managerial change against us, apart from us, Forest and Leicester. Yes, I have. Isn't that interesting? We're the only 3 teams down there that have yet to replace our manager. Could you honestly say that the other 9 teams who are on 27 points and below are doing any better with a new manager in place? It's interesting. I'm not sort of saying, oh, we should have replaced, we shouldn't have replaced, we shouldn't have thought about replacing Moyes, etc., etc. But it's interesting. All those teams, apart from those 3 you mentioned, ourselves included, have all replaced their managers and not necessarily pulling away, are they? Villa maybe is the only team that have pulled away. Jerry, good evening to you. I hate the international break. Southgate team is so boring. I just can't watch it. Well, he's picked all the usual suspects, hasn't he? There's nothing fresh in there. And it's interesting. I like what Bowen said about, he hasn't done enough to get into the team. He was honest. He had an honest appraisal of himself. He knows what he needs to do if he wants to get back into that team. That's good for him. Jonathan. Our form is easy to explain. We have a number of players aged or out of form, got injuries, Moyes poor tactics, large number of new players playing out of position, out of tactics, combined poor season. Yeah, there's a lot of that. That's true. We started the season with a lot of injuries. We had players who came back. I think Bowen was one of them. He came back unfit, out of form, etc. You're absolutely right there. But with all that, to be quite honest with you, Moyes' tactics, even though I've been trying to sort of back him and saying that, he'll get the tactics right, he'll make changes, etc. Even I've gone, my God, make a change. I think we've seen a number of games this season. There's a pattern brewing that we've seen a number of games this season where many fans would thought there were a number of games there for the taking. And, Moyes didn't go for the jugular. Villa, maybe we could have won that one. There were games again like Chelsea when we drew 1-1 away to Newcastle. People are saying we could have won that game as well. It's interesting. It's a combination of all of those, Jonathan. Martin, I'm sure players on international duty will welcome the break, training and playing in a different environment. Good point. Yeah, like that point. Juha, good evening to you. I use a mantra after every game. Our season begins now. We can get to see. That is very true and very positive as well. Good evening to you, Steve. How are you? Thank you, mate. I hope you're well. Thanks for joining. Steve, I bet Scamacca slags off Moyes to Mancini. Probably, quite possibly. I'm glad for Scamacca. I like the way he played. I'll get to that in a moment when I get to that part of the show. Peter, Stell, do you have an update on Fab's injury? I do indeed. I can't see Areola going through the rest of the season without an injury. Oh, I can, but I can't see him keeping his place in the team when Fabianski's back. But I'll get to that in a moment, mate. Ian, fingers crossed for international break. All being well, should have pretty much everyone fit. So no excuses. It's down to Moyes now to get the lineups right to win the Premier League games needed to stay up. Absolutely agree. English Yardy, don't get me started on. I know, mate. I know. I liked him. I thought he was. There were a couple of young players that I thought were going to break through. But there you go. What do I know? That's why I'm here. And David Moyes is managing the team. There you go. Good evening to you, Ed. How are you, mate? I hope you're well. Good evening, Funky T. I thought Longelo was great too, but he's just too small and slight. Did you check out the tunnel cam from the Villa game? No, I bloody didn't. I knew there was something I needed to do. I'm sorry, mate. I've had a bit of a hard week. So, last week. So I didn't get round to that. I really apologise. Steve, I hope Areola keeps his place against Saints, but I have a feeling Moyes will bring back Fab with his mask. Yep. Good evening, Hammerette. How are you? Look at that. We're honoured with the grace of Hammerette. Mark English, how are you, mate? I hope you're well, mate. Thank you for joining. Right, I'll tell you what. Let's get cracking into the first proper part of the show, shall we? And that is, of course, so, of course, the under-18s are doing absolutely fantastic, aren't they? They are now, I put this up because I didn't know what the score was. So thank you for letting me know about the under-21s. The under-18s are 1 point away from winning the Premier League under-18s South. It's been an absolutely fantastic season for them. They played West Brom at the weekend away and they won 2-0. They've had a load of clean sheets and they've been scoring goals for fun. Absolutely fantastic for them. They raced into a two-goal lead. Lewis Orford converted from the penalty spot before Favour Fawumni doubled our lead with just 16 minutes on the clock. Now, we had a player sent off. Tyron Akpata was sent off shortly after half-time. But Finley Herrick, our goalkeeper, saved. We've got a lot of young, good goalies, I'll tell you. Finley Herrick saved the second half penalty as Kevin King's side stood firm for another great victory. The only team that can possibly catch West Ham in the league are third place Fulham, who are 18 points behind, but do have 2 games in hand. Now, to be fair, even if West Ham under 18s don't win another game between now and the end of the season, and Fulham win all their games and even their games in hand, our goal difference alone will win the league for us, because we have a 39 goal difference advantage over Fulham's 24. So you can more or less say congratulations to the under 18s already. We need one more point just to make certain, but mathematically Fulham, yeah, they can catch us up, but it's all but done and dusted. And it's been fantastic, a fantastic season for them. Some young players have come through the other ranks, the under 16s, under 17s, to get involved in the under 18s. It's been absolutely superb. Kevin Keane has done a great job. He keeps changing the team, changing the squad. You never see the same team in twice. You see some core players in that team, but he'll pick a team and then he'll allow players to go and play for the under 21s, and then he'll drop a few players and bring other players in. Divine and Balmer has played, and then he's played for the under 21s. He's played for the senior team. He'll probably come back and play for the under 18s again. So it's been great. He's got a fantastic system, and well done to Kevin Keane. It's been fantastic for him. In 18 league games, they've scored 64 goals and 25 conceded. In the additional 7 cup games that they've been involved in, another 18 goals and 9 conceded. So that's an average of over 3 goals a game, and conceding an average of just over 1 per game. Absolutely brilliant. And of course, their season's not over. It's not just the league that they're going to win at a canter. They've also got the FA Youth Cup, and I think I am going to go. I've decided it's the day after the who have we got? Damn it! The day after a game against Newcastle, and then it's going to be at the London Stadium, the FA Youth Cup semi-final. For a £5, I might take a trip down there 2 days in a row. Why not? Come down and support them if you can. If anyone's nearby, just come down and support them. I think it's fantastic. That's on the 6th of April. We play Southampton in the semi-final. Our first FA Cup Youth Cup appearance was back in 1957, but and then in 1963 we beat Liverpool in a quite an interesting. On aggregate, we beat them 6-5. We overcame a 3-1 loss in the first leg, only to beat them 5-2 in the second leg. Fantastic. I wonder what that must have been like for fans to have gone to that way back, with the likes of John Charles, who captained the team at the time, Bobby Howe, Harry Redknapp, John Sissons, all in that youth team. The next win came in 1981, when over 2 legs we beat Spurs 2-1. I bet that must have been good. Team captain was Everald Laronde. I don't remember the name. Bobby Barnes was in that team. Alan Dickens was in that team. And so was Paul Allen at the time. And then our last win and our last appearance in the final was in 1999, when on aggregate we beat Coventry 9-0. The team included back then Stephen Bywater, Adam Newton, Michael Carrick, Joe Cole. So fantastic. We've got a bit of a history in this competition, and well done to them. Now, the other semi-final is between Arsenal and Man City. 2 very, very, decent teams. We've already played Arsenal this season in the league, back in November when we beat them 4-1. We don't play them again until April in the league at home. And then by that time, we should be crowned, fingers crossed, we should be crowned champions. Now, as for Man City, they are the runaway league leaders in the Premier League Under-18s North. After 20 games, they've won 15, drawn 3, lost 2, 72 goals for, 17 goals conceded. That's a massive goal difference. That's better than ours. A massive goal difference of 55. Now, they're favourites to beat Arsenal in the semi-final. So it looks like it's going to be the two best under-18s teams that are going to face up in the final. Well, fingers crossed. We've got to beat Southampton first, but that's what it probably looks like. It's going to likely to be Man City, the league winners of Premier League under-18 North, against West Ham United, the league winners of Premier League under-18 South. That will be a great game to go and watch. And we might beat them. You never know. Right, let's go back into the chat and see what else we got before I go into the next part of the show. Garino, Wolves under 21 said, yeah, I've done that one. Thank you very much. Oh, that jumped. So I do apologise. That jumped somewhere. I don't know where it jumped. There it goes. Dean Hodges. Hey, Stel, good evening. Good evening to you, mate. I think we would have more pulling power if we had replaced Moyes earlier. Yeah, a lot of people suggest that. A lot of people have said that it's quite possible we would have got... we would have been better, etc., etc. But I don't know. People are saying I'm out of focus. I can see my internet link doesn't look too hot. So I do apologize. Am I still kind of out of sync and out of focus? I am.